show me the groups that are right now being synchronized? Those two. What is the group pattern? Okay. So now imagine in the proposed process that I sent a year ago, and the approach that you guys want to test, right? Where you have listed the steps that you will create a new group, you will add that group in the synchronization, and you will test it. That when a user is added to that group, he should be automatically enabled. When a user is removed, he should be automatically disabled. There are 42 groups here. If anyone is being added to this group, right? Let's say, first of all, for this to work, we have to modify the AD sync type to. I mean, right now we have disable by default, right? We have to change that to mirror the group, so that if user is added to the group, mirror the AD sync means if user is enabled in AD, they'll be enabled in secret server. If user is disabled in secret server, enabled in AD, enabled in secret server. If they're disabled in AD, then they'll get disabled in secret server. It's like mirroring whatever is there in AD. Right? So you have to do that as a first step to achieve whatever I've proposed there. As a connected, disconnected, you don't have to do any of these. But for connected application onboarding, this is what you have to do. The first step where you mirror. Now, if you do mirror AD sync, there are 42 groups in that synchronization. The moment you add, let's take an example, right? If you minimize, there is a group called KZD Win Secret Server OP-G. If anyone is added to this group in AD, because this group is part of synchronization, they will automatically get enabled in secret server. Right? That is what we are telling secret server, that okay, when you're scanning the groups, when you're synchronizing the groups, if anyone is enabled, mirror the status in secret server. Is it clear so far? Yes, Raja. We are maintaining any of these groups. So we can remove all these groups and add only the single group that we discussed about in my email that you mentioned. Right? We'll create a single group called the KZD Secrets of Users group, and we'll add only that group. Kanisha will be that owner of that group. Right? That is a process that we are thinking of. Is it? Yes, Asha. So now what will happen if you remove all these 42 groups? These might be used somewhere, right? We cannot just remove it just like that, right? Yes. So this is the challenge I was talking about. So in the approach that we are taking, we need to list down the challenges. Like, okay, what is the first challenge? There are 42 groups that are right now being synchronized from Active Directory to secret server. These groups should be removed from the sync in order to have a single group. So impact analysis should be done on where these groups are being used, whether there is any user impact when we remove the groups. Now, how will we do that and all that? I don't know. I'm just telling an example of the challenge. So now, if you the groups that I just explained, right? The KZD, Win, Secret Server, something, they're actually created for PAM project. Those are recently created. So 1 year ago, when I looked at it, the spam, everything was not there. There were very minimal groups here. I think SharePoint groups, DB admins groups. Can you scroll to the top? Like there will be some group called KZD DB admins L2 or something like that. Yeah, so these are DB admins L2, L3, L4 are there, right? What I learned from DB team is whenever you guys request for a SQL DB, In our team, when we create a bank account, what do? We send the password in email to the user. Similarly, on SQL also they create accounts, right? SQL local accounts, the DB accounts that they create. Earlier they used to send passwords in email, but since the time Secret Server has come, they stopped sending the passwords in emails totally. They have a folder under, I think, infra, I think ITS infra or something. I don't know which folder exactly. What they started doing is any account that they are creating, they are creating the secret in Secret Server, giving access to that database owner. For example, if you request a SQL account for SailPoint, Fanisha is the SailPoint owner, right? They'll create a secret and they're giving access to Fanisha so that Fanisha always has access to that DB password. Instead of we getting an email and then, okay, anyways, this is out of topic. So, for all of this to happen, tomorrow if there is a new person in DB team, they again have to give access. Right now, I think Lakshmi doesn't have access to 2FF folder, or maybe Amraj doesn't have access to 2FF folder because we are giving one by one, user by user. We always go to Fanisha and we tell Fanisha, can you give us access? So we are requesting user by user. Instead, what DB team has done is earlier, because this application was not under our support that time, they've made their group only into the synchronization, and they are giving access to this group itself directly. When you go to share a secret, even in your personal folder, when you click on share and when you try to give access to someone, you can either select a user or a group, right? So they've given access to the group directly. If you remove this group now from synchronization, the entire DB team will lose access on their secrets. Is that clear? Yeah. So now these are all the Active Directory groups. Now if you see here, AHS APM, AHS app hosting, AHS data stage, these are not AD groups. These are local groups. You can also create local accounts like the way you guys created local accounts for Secret Server API, right? Application accounts. So not only AD accounts, you can not only AD groups through synchronization, you can also create local accounts. So these are all the local groups that someone created. It's okay. Local groups are fine. We're not going to enable them. But AD groups that are in synchronization is the problem. Right? So yeah, just this is the summary of what challenges we have. If you want to go through a full-fledged design like similar to 2FA, where you have dedicated groups, adding user to the group only will give access. That level we cannot go right now because of all these challenges. That's why what I've proposed is let's go with disconnected, because what disconnected does is if Anisha approves in SailPoint, a ticket comes in. The moment ticket comes in, one of your L3 team can pick the ticket, grant access, and close the ticket. Our team doesn't have to again email Fanisha manually, and then Fanisha will approve, and someone has to check, and then they forward to L3. So all this, turnaround time can be reduced. But the most important thing here is right now we are doing Secret Server terminated access review every month. If a person is disabled on November 1st, they are active in Secret Server until December 7th or so, when team does a access review next month. Right, first week of every month we do the access review for previous month. So they're having access to Secret Server for about 40 days if they are terminated on first of the month. So that I wanted to avoid. In Secret Server, if a person gets disabled, a ticket will be created immediately. The moment we get a ticket, L3 team can log into Secret Server and disable them. Right? So the access review part would be quick terminating the access. Even if you're not full-fledged enabling disabling. So that when I told to Fanisha, I think he had a concern that whether there are bank accounts enabled in Secret Server. what type of accounts are right now enabled, because for disconnected application we cannot onboard bank accounts, right, Lakshmi? We can onboard only identities. So Fanisha wanted to imagine you are the application team now. Anuraj is the application team, let's say Anuraj and Saikaran. You are SailPoint person. They are coming to you with an application to onboard. So you have certain limitations that I can onboard only identities. So Anuraj and Saikaran as app team have to go back to Secret Server and review their user base first. Okay, what all accounts do I have? Do I have any local accounts? We tell our application teams, sorry, I cannot onboard your local accounts. So same thing is here. Any local accounts, any bank accounts, any service accounts, etc. So review our user base whether we are actually fit to be onboarded as a disconnected application or not. I hope it is clear now. Whatever. Disconnected versus connected that I'm trying to say.
So bank accounts, all types of accounts in this SQL Server are disconnected apps. So that's the limitation. So that is right.
No, I'm asking you to check whether we have bank accounts or not, first of all. If you go to admin users, are there any active bank accounts? You need to review your user base, right? Like your application team now, you want to be onboarded into SailPoint. First of all, you need to check whether you have any local accounts. See, Kannan's bank account is there. Is he using it? Is it required to be enabled? We need to check with him. Last login is never. So I think we can disable it safely. I don't know why it is enabled. Like that, do you have any other account types? Because remaining can be onboarded as identities only, right?
I have not checked like all the user accounts, Asha, but I found this bank account. So you are telling bank accounts usually are not uploaded to Secret Server. It's only the identity, similar to other disconnected apps.
Correct, right? We cannot onboard bank accounts into disconnected application, right? In SailPoint.
Correct.
So if you click on
Secret Server, there is no bank account, correct? In this list also.
I don't know. You have to check that whether any bank service functional are there or not. I am not aware.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. That let's say Anuraj and Saikaran are the application team. You tell them what is required to be done for a disconnected app. They have to check. Okay. So right now we see only one bank account. Is it required to be enabled? No. Can we disable them? We need to check. Right? You can just have a word with Kannan and saying that, okay, is your bank account is enabled. I don't think you need it. I'm disabling it. Any issues? He'll say, no, you disable it. That way, bank account 0. Right? Similarly, let's check service accounts, functional accounts. Are there any other account types? Okay.
Sure.
That I am missing. Okay. Whatever I told is a year back story based on Secret Server documentation that time. I don't know if anything changed now, etc. So, try to understand the concept and also read the latest version document, whether it is still applicable, whether they've changed any features or not. And then, list down make plans first before you even test anything.
Sure, Asha.